Mais non! The caption for this particular video, so glad we traveled from the Northeast to come to Utah. There's more snow in New York. And this is just one of the many videos that I'm finding online where people are traveling for their ski vacations, and it's met with seems like it's just becoming more of a reality. Winter travel specifically for snow sports is becoming a gamble because historically ski seasons were built around the snowfall, the freezing temperatures, consistent snowstorms, even a blizzard or two to dump some of that fresh pow. It was so consistent that an entire industry was built around it. And one of my friends who is actually a pro skier maps their entire year based on snowfall for the northern and southern hemispheres. Now warmer winters are changing that math. Now the EPA says winter temperatures in Utah, Colorado, Montana have all warmed by around 3 degrees since the early 1900s. 3 degrees doesn't sound much, but for winter, that's the difference between powder and mud. This month, in December, drought scientists said that the western U.S. had the lowest snow cover in early December since satellite tracking began in 2001. So what happens when winter becomes unreliable, but the entire winter tourism economy is built around it and it still needs to run? Well, what's been happening is snowmaking. The Washington Post reported snowmaking is part of the routine of roughly 87 of U.S. ski resorts. So that's even in places where it legitimately snows hard. We're talking Maine, Vermont, Montana. And just so you know, snowmaking is purely an operational tool. It's not a climate solution, meaning the only reason why we do it is for recreation. And here's another detail. Even with snowmaking machines, resorts need cold air to make that snow stick. When it stays warm, the machines simply cannot save the season, like we're seeing in these videos. So the industry has started to make another pivot. Create a different solution, not chasing snow destinations, replacing them by way of indoor snow parks. Friends, these are real winter experiences manufactured indoor, on demand, year-round. In New Jersey, Big Snow at American Dream sells indoor skiing and snowboarding in a mall. I've always kind of wanted to go there. Probably the most famous is in Dubai, Ski Dubai, which has been keeping a ski slope cold inside of the Mall of Emirates since 2005. Skiing, snowboarding, tubing, all the winter fun in a desert city. And you know who's taking it to the next level? China. They're scaling fast with more indoor snow centers than anywhere else in the world. 50 and counting. Stop the fun. Let's zoom this out. This is more than just a travel trend. This is actually about power and access. Because when winter becomes harder to find, it becomes more expensive to chase. And then it becomes something you have to buy versus something that sometimes you can just go out your door and play with. I have friends who grew up in Minnesota who told me about how her big brother taught her how to snowboard in their backyard. And at one point, they built out their own snow park where they practice their tricks. But if you can only buy snow sport experiences indoors behind a ticket under a roof controlled by a thermostat, then the question is, are we preserving winter or are we ultimately privatizing it? And of course, I know many of you are going to make the argument it's already terribly privatized here in the US. It's so expensive to ski here. It costs so much, but this is taking it to the next level. Because what are you going to miss out when everything is indoors to ski? You're going to miss out on that wildlife, the mountain communities, all the things we love about being outdoors. This story is just about awareness, about the change. Winter is changing and the travel industry is building a substitute.
No.